Hey,
Good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? We are the Honeymoon Traders. And tonight I have with me my wife, Amanda.
Hi there.
Hi. And I have my son, Andre. He doesn't want to say hi. Okay. So we are going to do. This is.
Murad, I want to hear about your trades today.
Okay. This is a post game video, meaning that the trades have already happened and this is what has happened and this is where we're at. So today we will go over all the trades. So market open today. Oh, let me make a disclaimer right here. We know nothing. We don't recommend anything. I am not a professional trader. I am not recommending anything to anybody out there to do anything. I know nothing.
I've actually been begging him to
And
stop
my
trading
wife
for
confirms
years.
this.
Yeah.
She will definitely tell you I am the worst trader out there and I know nothing.
That being said, he's been doing it for 20 years, so we're just documenting it.
Okay,
and if there's anything you can gain from it, feel free.
So this is a post-game, post-trade video. So, all right. Here we have the screen for 9:30 a.m. At 9:30 a.m. from the prior day on the all we're focusing on is the SPY, the S&P 500. Is everybody clear on that? We just look at the SPY. I mean, sometimes I will go with the IWM and the QQQ and the diamonds, the Dow Industrials, but they all act. If you look at the charts, they all act the same way. All of them are doing the same exact thing, and so we're just going to focus on the SPY because it's easier to focus on one. How can I say one trade at a time? Everything else, I mean, you could do all three of them, but they all act in the same way. They don't act differently. Sometimes they act a little bit differently, but at the same time, they're really just following through with the pattern.
All right, let's look at the SPY.
All right, let's look at the SPY.
Tell me what you did today.
All right, so I'm not going to say what I did today. I'm just going to call the trades of the day. So the first trade of the day
Whose trades are they?
If you had, this is a hypothetical. If you had done this, this is the outcome of what it would be.
At some point, are you going to share with me what you did do and how you did trade today?
On our own time, but like I said, I want to show the trades of the day based on the chart.
I think you should lead with what you did, and then you could maybe captivate the attention of both me and anyone else listening.
Okay, fine.
And if you're lucky, we'll stick around to hear what you think about things that have nothing to do with you.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yes, Alice. Okay, so 9:30 a.m. Let's put on the 5-day 5-minute. And here we see 5-day 5-minute. We were on an uptrend. The overnight was definitely high. And it went from a 240, just under 240, all the way up to 249. Can you see this? Can you see that, Amanda? So we were at the 249 as soon as market. as soon as the market opened. 9:30 a.m. Bam. This is where the futures are at. This is where the SPY was at. Okay? Do you see that? Do I have to? This is a 5-day 15-minute chart. This was Tuesday's range right here. This is Wednesday's range right here. Well, okay, this is Monday, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday. But what I'm trying to show you here is the trend line from Monday all the way to today.
I see that trend line.
Okay? The trend line used to be right here. We're doing the swing out method. So it used to be right here. Okay? But
why is that the old trend? Why did it used to be there?
Well, because this was the trend. Because this trend line was without knowing what this is. This is before Wednesday. This was the trend line. Okay.
It doesn't look. It looks like your trend line is misplaced. Why is that up so high?
Because without Wednesday, I'm saying without knowing what today happened.
It still needs to come down to the bottom of this.
Yes, but this is overnight. This is regular trading hours, 9:30 to 4:30. 4 o'clock.
So up to 4 p.m.
Up to 4 p.m.
You had an ongoing trend.
Mm-hmm. Right, and it was definitely going up. Right. Okay. So from Monday. From Monday.
Well, 2 days in a row, I guess, if that's
so every pattern. So yeah, it's a pattern. Every time it hit a trend line, it went up. Every time it hit the trend line, it went up. Every time. So right here, this was overnight session. You can't count overnight sessions because not normal people trade overnight, right?
No, and it basically came back to where it left off at 4 p.m. by the 9 a.m. It was roughly right around in the same direction and value as it was when it closed the day before.
Right. So on Wednesday, we had to make a correction. At one point, we had to say, okay, it hit the overnight low right here, the two bottoms right here. Actually 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times it hit this trend line right here. Mm-hmm. And then it started going up. Okay. So we will put our new trend line here. Now this is going into the future. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're going to put it there because I believe today it dropped below the trend line, below what.
Is this relevant to a trade you actually made? Because that's what you promised me.
Okay. So anyway, this is the trend line that finally, the swing out method. This is where I put this trend line here earlier this morning because this is where it landed before going up. That's the 5-day 15-minute. So 1 day 5 minutes. We'll do the 1 day 1 minute. Okay. Going back to 9:30 a.m. We'll go over the trades of the day. This is post-game report. It was up from Friday, or it was up from the day before, up to 244. It actually closed at 230 something the day before, but that's not important. It opened here. Okay, and it dropped down to here, which has no relevance. We don't know what's going on at this point. From 9:30 to 9:45, we have no idea. Like, I can't tell you. It's 50-50 chance at the open what's going on.
I think you should avoid probabilities, but okay, go ahead.
Right. Right. So at this point, we were getting up to, this is the all-time high for the last 5 days. This dotted line right here. It was getting close to that. So this was the first trade. I was really thinking it would hit that line before it went back down, but it didn't. So it started going back down. Now, right where my arrow is, the DMI and the DMI plus and the DMI negative, which is the red and green, meaning
which is buyers, the buying and selling volume.
Buying and selling volume, exactly.
The volume of individuals buying and the volume of individuals selling.
And the white line is telling you the trend. This is the trend. If it's trending, it will rise. If it's not trending, it will stay below.
I don't think that's well defined or relevant. Come on, keep going.
Okay, so at this point, it crossed direction.
The number of buyers in volume started declining, and the number of sellers in volume started increasing.
Right, there was more sellers than buyers at this juncture, right here, right.
I see that. That was this green line. 9:52 a.m. approximately.
Yes, this green line is telling you.
And the price at that point was about $2.45 a share.
Right. So this green line is the 20-minute relative simple moving average. The 20-minute simple moving average. That's what this is. The green line. So anyway, at this point, it started going down. And it crossed over. The green and the red crossed over. And the white line, the trend, is telling you it's going to keep going that direction. So this was the first trade. From right there.
Did you buy at that point?
No. So we will make our first trend line right there.
Whose first trade was it?
It was the market's first trade.
You're supposed to be describing your trades to me.
Right there was the first trade.
Did you make that trade?
I did not make that first trade. That was the first trade, okay?
Of other people besides you.
I'm showing you where this is post game. If you would have took it a short right here, it would have went down to here.
What's the expression? Hindsight is 20/20. I mean,
okay. Second trade. Okay, look.
I could do this all day. You want me to tell you all the great places in the past where money could have been made? Where are you getting to what you did with your time today?
So what happened here at the 240 level? What happened at 240 level? Well, if we zoom out, the price
of the stock got down to 240 right around 10 a.m.
If we zoom out from the 20 day, we can see that the 217 is the lowest, okay, that this market has been. Okay? And at that point, we had already reached 217, okay? We had already reached this level right before. We had already reached this. So we knew that this was the lowest point that the traders were willing to let this market go down before buying. This is where sellers stopped, and this is where buyers started. Based on the last 20 days. Okay? All right. And at that point, well, that was what happened here. Hold on, I'll go to the 1 day.
Are you taking me back into the past again?
Nope, I already took you back in the past. Now we're going back into the future. Back to the future. Okay, here we are. At 9. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. All right.
Not sorry enough.